Hello everyone, welcome back to Kaushal Bioprep. Uh, from today's lecture, we'll be starting the unit 6 of JKPSC Zoology syllabus, and this is your first lecture for that. Down here you can see the syllabus itself. So the first part of the unit 6 is the development and differentiation of spermatozoa and egg, which basically includes two processes, and those are spermatogenesis and oogenesis. So in this particular lecture we'll be discussing a little bit about the gametogenesis, and then we'll focus on the first process, that is spermatogenesis, and in another lecture you will find oogenesis, right? So we'll start the lecture with a positive note. A little progress each day adds up to big results. So if you do one concept each day and practice it, and then do another concept another day, that's how you are going to complete the whole syllabus for your exam, for any exam prep, right? So we'll be starting the lecture now. Gametogenesis. What is gametogenesis? Basically, this is the formation of special cells in your body, that is gametes. These are the cells which eventually be passing on the information to the next generation, that is offspring. Two gametes fuse together and form the primary cell for the offspring, that is called zygote. Okay, this is the basic of the development biology. So we start with gametogenesis. Gametogenesis occurs in both of the genders, that is male and female. So in case of male, this is called spermatogenesis, which is we are going to discuss today. What is spermatogenesis? It is basically the production of the sperms, right? Sperms are the gametes of the male, and here we are going to discuss the formation of the same. Now, if we need to understand the spermatogenesis, which is the whole process, first you need to understand the location. So spermatogenesis occurs inside the primary gonads. Now the primary gonads of the male body is testis. Here you can see a small picture of testis. Inside testis, if you cut it open, you will see different sections. Those are called seminiferous tubules. These seminiferous tubules are the main site of the spermatogenesis. Here spermatogenesis occurs. So if you see the transfer section or cross section of a seminiferous tubule, you will find different cells in different stages. If you are seeing the seminiferous tubules during the formation of sperms, right? Spermatogenesis के time पे अगर आप देख रहे हैं. So we'll start with the first cell from where the eventual sperm is going to be formed, right? So the first cell is called the primordial germ cell. The first cell is called primordial germ cell. Okay, the primordial germ cell basically is the cell which enters the gonad during the formation of gonad itself, and from primordial germ cell you have the first cell, that is called the spermatogonia. This is a germ cell also, spermatogonia if you are talking about the plural, or singular is spermatogonium. Spermatogonium is a diploid cell. It undergoes the mitosis division. A diploid spermatogonia divide by mitosis inside the testis several times, and it again forms the spermatogonia, or it will go for differentiation process and it can form the first cell, that is called the spermatocyte. Okay, so you have spermatogonia which is diploid, you have the primordial germ cell which is diploid. So they are basically producing the first cell which is also diploid. So overall this period we are dealing with something called mitosis, which is equational division, right? So the primordial germ cell forms spermatogonia. Spermatogonia eventually divides by mitosis and form the primary spermatocyte. The primary spermatocyte, you can see here, it undergoes the first meiotic division. So from primary spermatocyte, you will have a secondary spermatocyte. Right? And this is through meiosis, that is special division which occurs in the germ cell only. Meiosis 1. Meiosis 1 is reductional kind. And what does reductional means here? The diploid cell is going to be converted into an haploid cell. Okay, so from one primary spermatocyte you will have two secondary spermatocyte, you can see over here, and which are haploid cells. Again the secondary spermatocyte will undergo meiosis 2, meiosis 2 होगी अब यहाँ पे, and the secondary spermatocyte will be changing into something called spermatids. Spermatids are not sperm because they are not morphologically like sperm. They need to undergo differentiation process to form sperm. Differentiation, and they will be forming sperm, or you can call that spermatozoa. What is the difference? I'll tell you in a while. Now, if you see correctly, from the very beginning, the first cell, which is the spermatogonia, is forming the primary spermatocyte. So, if you are starting with one spermatogonium, you will have one spermatocyte. And if you start with primary spermatocyte, which is 1 in number, you will have two spermatocyte, which is secondary in nature. And if you start with two spermatocyte, you will have four spermatids. So the number you need to understand. If someone gives you a question in which they are talking about the secondary spermatocyte, so you will have two spermatozoa eventually, because one spermatocyte, which is secondary in nature, will give you two spermatids, right? But one primary spermatocyte will give you four spermatozoa. That you need to understand very carefully. This type of question has been asked in the exam. Now, when spermatid is differentiating into spermatozoa, what is the change? It acquires some structural changes through which it is able to swim now. It is able to move now. Motile ban jata hai wo, right? So, if you see in the picture, you can see clearly this developing sperm cell, which is your spermatid, it is round in shape, but the actual sperm cell, which is mature sperm or spermatozoa, it is not round, it has a different shape, right? And this shape is very much required for the cell to do its function. ठीक है, क्योंकि आगे जाके the sperm needs to travel in the reproductive system of the female, right? So this is the whole process. Now, if you see the process very clearly, you can see mitosis and meiosis both are occurring. So first you need to understand in which cell what kind of division is taking place, which I have already explained to you very clearly, right? Secondly, when these cells are dividing, you can see it very clearly over here. When these cells are dividing, the cells need nutrition also. So within seminiferous tubules, around the spermatogonia, interspersed spermatogonia cells, there are some other cells which are there just to provide the nutrition to the developing sperm. Those cells are called Sertoli cell. They are the cells which nourishes the other cells during the process of the this gametogenesis, particularly the spermatogenesis. Okay, they are also very important during the process of differentiation. Why? Because when the spermatid is changing into spermatozoa, most of the cytoplasm is being discarded as a residual body, and that residual bodies are going to be phagocytosed by the Sertoli cells. So Sertoli cells have two functions. First is nourishing the cells, which is developing into sperm cell, and secondly they are also phagocytosing the extra material which is not required by the eventually the spermatozoa. Okay, now let's take a look at the human sperm. So this is basically the spermatozoa. You can see different section in the body. First is head, and then there is middle piece, then there is tail. So three main section. The middle piece is very important. Actually, every part is also very important. The middle piece is specialized. Why? Because it has concentrated mitochondria. Okay, mitochondria is the site of production of the energy for the cell, which is ATP, and that ATP is very much required for the cell of the sperm when the sperm cell is basically moving in the female reproductive tract, because the journey is very long for the sperm itself, right? And here there are also centriole which are not mentioned. There are two centrioles इस तरह से present होते हैं. They are at 90 degree to each other, and the centriole which is present on the back, this one basically, if you see is picture ke according something like that. Okay, So this is a proximal centriole, this is a distal centriole. The distal centriole basically is going to be controlling the formation of the movement of the cell. Basically from here axial filament is going to be formed. Axial filament, because you see the tail has flagellum. Okay, so the principal piece which is required for the movement of the tail is axial filament, and that comes from the distal centriole. Okay, and in the head there is a nucleus which basically contains the genetic material as such, and there is one organelle modified, and that is called the acrosome. Acrosome has a lot of enzyme filled vesicles inside it, which is important during the fertilization process. We will be discussing this particular structure in coming lectures as well. And just remember for now, the enzymes with filled vesicle in the acrosome help the sperm to penetrate through the layers of the oocyte during the fertilization. And there is one question which comes in the exams, like from which organelle the acrosome has been developed. So if you know it, you can write down in the comment section. Otherwise I will tell you when we wind up the lecture also right now, right? So this is the structure, and the middle piece के बाद वाला जो है, the tail part, it is also called sometime the end piece. What do you call it? End piece. Okay, so head has nucleus and acrosome, then you have centriole, then you have middle piece, and then finally you have the tail, and tail waggling is required for swimming action of the sperm. Right now, if you see the spermatogenesis process, but the whole process is called spermatogenesis, right? Spermatogenesis. So आपने genesis कहाँ से किया? Spermatogonia से लेके spermatozoa तक हम कह रहे हैं, ठीक है? लेकिन अगर we are talking about the formation of spermatozoa from spermatid, so this is also a process, the differentiation process. So this process is also called spermatogenesis in some books, ठीक है? तो ये आपको थोड़ा सा ध्यान रखना है. This is called spermatogenesis. And in some other books, they are also calling the same process of differentiation of the spermatid into spermatozoa as Spermiogenesis. Okay, so just be very very clear about these two terms. Spermatogenesis and Spermiogenesis is nothing but the formation of the spermatozoa from your spermatid, right? Okay, and lastly, if you see human sperm formation, we have done the whole process, but this whole process is under the control of the hormones, right? So there are different hormones which control the overall production of the sperm in the seminiferous tubule. Now if you see in human body, hypothalamus is the main regulator, you can say, or the chief of the chief of the endocrine gland, right? So endocrine glands are under the control of the hypothalamus, which is a part of your brain. So hypothalamus releases GnRH, something called GnRH. What is it? This is the gonadotropin releasing hormone. This releasing hormone goes to another gland, that is the pituitary gland. ठीक है, this is the master gland of the body. Pituitary gland releases gonadotropic hormone, and these gonadotropic hormones are eventually have two forms. They are the follicle stimulating hormone and the luteinizing hormone. These two hormones are mainly responsible for the formation of the gametes, be it sperm or ovum, right? So FSH, which is follicle stimulating hormone, and LH, which is luteinizing hormone. So if we are talking about sperm, in case of sperm, the production of sperm in the seminiferous tubule is facilitated by FSH production. So follicle stimulating hormone is going to be higher. Okay. Secondly, the luteinizing hormone, here it is not called luteinizing hormone. In male, it is called something called ICSH. What is ICSH? Interstitial cell stimulating hormone. Okay, so interstitial cell stimulating hormone is something which controls the production of testosterone, which is the main androgen in the body of a male. testosterone production. So if we see it, let's just do it here. Yeah. So this is hypothalamus. Hypothalamus is producing GnRH, releasing hormone, right? It is going towards pituitary gland. Pituitary gland is going to be producing gonadotropins of two kind, FSH and LH, right? ये दो का प्रोडक्शन हो रहा है. FSH तो डायरेक्ट जाके क्या करवा रहा है, टेस्टिस में गया और वहां पे टेस्टिस को स्टिमुलेट किया फॉर दी स्पर्मेटोजेनेसिस, तो स्पर्म प्रोडक्शन हो रहा है क्योंकि टेस्टिस में सेमिनिफेरस ट्यूब्यूल है, राइट. जो ल्यूटिनाइजिंग हार्मोन है, दिस इज कॉल्ड दी ICSH, इंटरस्टिशियल सेल स्टिमुलेटिंग हार्मोन. तो नाम से ही क्लियर है, इंटरस्टिशियल सेल्स ये स्पेशल सेल्स हैं. कहाँ पे होते हैं ये सेल्स? ये भी टेस्टिस में ही है. इनको आप लेडिक सेल्स भी कहते हो, ठीक है. दे आर ऑल्सो कॉल्ड लेडिक सेल्स. इन सेल्स को जाके स्टिमुलेट करता है ताकि दे कैन प्रोड्यूस समथिंग कॉल्ड टेस्टोस्टेरोन. ओके, टेस्टोस्टेरोन इज द मेन हार्मोन in the male body. This is the main androgen. So that's how the testosterone, the male sex hormone, is basically be produced with the help of the GnRH, normally from the hypothalamus. Okay. So the sperm production, which is basically the spermatogenesis, under the control of these two hormones. Okay. So from here you can clearly see without hormones there cannot be sperm production, right? That is why puberty, when puberty hits, प्यूबर्टी में क्या होता है, देयर इज हार्मोनल चेंजेस इन द बॉडी. तो ये हार्मोन्स का प्रोडक्शन होना शुरू होता है एंड स्पर्मेटोजेनेसिस बेसिकली स्टार्ट. ठीक है, तो स्पर्मेटोजेनेसिस इज टाइटली रेगुलेटेड बाय द एंडोक्राइन सिग्नल्स. दैट इज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर यू टू अंडरस्टैंड. ओके, GnRH, FSH, LH, and testosterone especially, they are very very important. Testosterone is basically main male sex hormone, and it is important for the normal development of the organs and secondary sex characters in the male, the deep voice, muscular body, all of that. ठीक है. After spermatogenesis, the sperm basically moves from the seminiferous tubules, and through the male genital tract it will lead further, and that is some other lecture. Now you need to understand also one thing: if there is some disruption or disorder in the spermatogenesis, there is something wrong with the spermatogenesis, then what can happen? So there is 1 to 2 things which I will discuss here only. Any disruption in the spermatogenesis can lead to male infertility. Okay, there will be male infertility. That means no gamete production. There are some special issues. For example, you will see there is something called teratospermia. What is teratospermia? Teratospermia is abnormal shaped sperm which actually affects the function. Why I am discussing it here? Because you have seen this shape is very very important for the sperm. Otherwise it cannot swim very well. So teratospermia is something which affects the shape of the sperm. Then there is oligospermia. Oligospermia is quite common. It is low sperm count. If there is low sperm count, the chances of fertilization reduces. That can lead to infertility. Then there is something called azoospermia. Azoospermia is something in which there is absence of sperm overall in the semen. So sperm production ho hi nahi raha. Okay. So to summarize the spermatogenesis, I will just say it is a highly regulated and a continuous process in a male. Essentially for male fertility, it is very very important. It involves both mitotic and meiotic divisions, and it is under hormonal control. And this process is very very important for the production of the male gamete, that is sperm. So we will be concluding this lecture. This is the part 1A of the topic. If you see again in your syllabus, there are 2 topics, spermatogenesis and oogenesis. We have covered first topic, that is spermatogenesis. In the next lecture I will be discussing and you will be understanding with me 1B, that is the oogenesis, how ovum is formed and the structure of the ovum itself. If you have any suggestion, if you like the lecture, or suggestion, if you have any suggestion, you can write down in the comment also. And if you like this lecture, do like the video, share it with your friends, and comment down whatsoever is in your mind, and support the channel also. Subscribe to the channel. Stay connected for upcoming lectures. Thank you so much. I will see you all in the next video lecture.